My father died 2 months ago, and recently I found out that my husband knows something about the death of my father. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Estella. If today is your first time of watching my face or watching my video, please, you are the right place. Don't forget to send us your messages through our email. If you want to advise us on something, or you have passed through some things and you want others to learn from it so that it doesn't happen to them, don't forget to send us email and we'll bring it here so that we all discuss it. Okay, thank you for that. Without much ado, let's get right into the video. But before that, please do me this favor by subscribing, like, and leave your point of view in the comment section. So let's get right into the video. I am from a less privileged family. My parents do not have anything. Even at that, they still make sure I feel comfortable and freely. Their priority is when I am happy. Since I'm their only child, they make everything possible to make me feel happy all the time. They work hard to send me to school. One day I could remember when I was going to school, my parents don't have anything to give me. So my mother have to go and sell her clothes and give me the money so that I can send it to school. My mother sell at the market, and sometimes she normally go to people's house to go and wash for them. And my father also do this mini work for people. Do some weeding, carpentry work, you do some things for people. So there's this rich man around my area where my parents normally go there to go and work for the rich man. Sometimes my father will weed the rich man's garden, will weed some of the grasses over there, and my mother will sometimes fetch water for them, wash for them, and they'll pay them. So they do all these things just to make me feel comfortable. They make sure they pay my school fees on time. So fast forward, I've completed school and I'm now doing my national service. So before I start my national service, I wasn't having any money to go and rent. So when I told them they have to hustle as usual to get some money from me so that I can go and rent. So I rent a single room apartment. Things were very tough for us. I finished the national service and I have to work to support my parents. So God being so good, when I was hunting for job, and finally I got one. So I started working not quite long, and my parents have to call me one day. Where I found a job is not closer to them, so they have to call me on phone to come down to where they are so that they can tell me something. So I rushed down to them to listen to what they have to say. So when I got there, they said we should finish eating everything. So they wait until dawn and they wake me up that they have something and they have to discuss it with me. It is time I get married. And I said, what? I just started working. I started working not quite long. Then why the rush? Why should I get married right now? And they said since I'm their only child, they want a grandchildren before they can die. So they want to play with the children. They want to have a lot of children in the house. So it is time I have to get married. Since I've gotten something and I'm doing, it is probably my husband will also support me. So I should consider it. I asked them to give me some time so that I can think about it. So I've been thinking about this over and over again. So I give it a thought. Since I'm their only child, it is good I give them grandchildren. And since I've started working, I can take care of a child. I'm capable of taking care of a child. And if God gives me a good husband, that's it. At this time, I wasn't dating. So when they said the thing, I was confused. And they said they have someone for me. So they'll introduce me to someone. And I said, hey, these people, you're actually serious like this? And I said, okay, no problem. Since they have sacrificed a lot for me, I can also sacrifice this one for them. So I accept to meet the person they want to introduce to me. So according to them, if I don't like the person, then I can find someone for myself. And I said, okay, no problem. They can introduce the person to me. Bear it in mind that I don't know this person. So the day we will go out on a date, I dress sexily so that I can impress the person. So we decided to go and meet at a restaurant. So he sent me a direction that I'll go and meet him over there. I was just praying that God should help me to like this person so that I can fulfill my parents' wish for them. So when I got there and I saw the person also coming, we were all on a phone call because I don't know the person. So we were all directing each other. I was telling him that well, I'm wearing this, I'm wearing that. So we finally met. And everything was going on well because when I look at the person, it's not that bad. And I got attracted to him at first. His look, how he was dressing, everything was on point. So I decided to consider it. And I guess he also liked me. So the conversation was just flowing. So I came back home and I told my parents that everything went on well. So we are looking forward to something serious. And my parents said, okay, no problem. They just want me to get married immediately. When they were rushing me, I'm not understanding them. I'm just thinking, is this just about the grandchildren they want or something is behind it? And I don't know. All this time, I don't want to put any negative thought in my mind because I'm just trying to make my parents happy. So everything that's going on, I was just saying yes, yes. Since they can sacrifice their happiness for me to go to school and complete, and I'm not doing something, it is not anything bad for me to also sacrifice for them. And since I also like the person a bit, so I'll start developing love for the person. So I just consider all these things. So fast forward, we were just trying to get to know each other more, and 3 months later, we got married. So fast forward, my husband that seems charming at first soon revealed his true colors. My husband was very lazy and disrespectful. He normally neglects his responsibility around the house. He doesn't do anything in the house. He doesn't support me financially. When I say it, he will tell me that I am working. So my husband's actions became more horrible. So sometimes he was trying to isolate me from my parents, trying to manipulate me as if my parents were the problem. This is the problem I'm talking about. So for some times, my parents have been asking me for money. They keep asking me for money, demanding for some amount of money, and I don't know. And because I love my parents, I normally give it to them. So I don't know what they are using the money for. But my father is having high blood pressure. So one day, I was just there and I received a call from my mom that my father is sick and they have rushed him to the hospital. Before I got there, my father was lying lifeless. So I don't know what I thought was going on. So I decided to ask my mother, I've been sending you guys money. What do you use the money for? And you don't take care of yourself. I make sure you don't stress out yourself much. And before my father had to open up about a lot of things from my husband. My husband had been doing a lot of things to my parents and they kept quiet on it. My husband frequently borrowed money from my parents, promising them that he will pay them, but he never did. What my husband had been using as a manipulating or blackmailing my parents was that my parents was keeping some secrets away from me, which I don't know. So my husband always tell them that when they mess up, he would tell me about the secret. When I was in school, all along my parents had been borrowing money from my husband's parents. And I don't know. So my parents have made an agreement with my husband's family that when I finish school and I finish my national service, I'll get married to their son. So they keep borrowing money to my parents so that they can send it to me in school, which I don't know. The reason why my parents want me to get married to this guy at the first place was that because they don't have the money to pay my husband's parents. So when they suggested that I have to marry their son, my parents have to agree. And they don't want me to know that they have sold me out. It's just like they have sold me out to the man. So the day my father got sick and was admitted at the hospital, this was when all the things were revealing out to me. That my husband keep threatening them, manipulating them, collecting money from them every day. Just because they were trying to prevent me from knowing the truth. Because if I get to know the truth, I will get disappointed in them and they don't want that to happen. That they have their only child into marriage just because they were not able to get money to pay their debts. So this was my parents' problem. That was why they didn't tell me anything. So when my father called me and was telling me all these things, telling me the pain my husband caused them, the mistreatment, the stress they were passing through, the sleepless nights. So all along when I be sending money to my parents to make them feel comfortable and not stress themselves, not knowing my husband had been threatening them, stressing them a lot. They still go to people's farm to work because when I send them the money, they'll give it to my husband. And afterwards, my husband was still threatening them and collect their money again. So all this thing was going on and I don't know anything about it. I've been facing my own problem in the house as well. This man showed me shaggy. So when I finished hearing all these things, I don't know what to do. I actually regret my action. I should have asked my parents more about what they are using the money for, and I don't know. So after my father narrated everything to me, and I left the hospital to the house, that day I couldn't sleep. I slept at my mother's place. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. So the next day, I decided to go to the hospital to visit my father again. When I got there, the nurse told me that my father is dead. I don't know what to do. I thought of killing this man, but I know if I kill him, I'll go to jail. So I just kept quiet. I went to the house and I confronted him, and he started begging that you don't know what came over him, and he was started doing all this thing to my parents just because he know the secret that my parents were collecting money from his parents, and they didn't tell me. And the reason why they asked me to marry him was that they were not able to pay the money back, and my parents were afraid, so they had to agree to his parents' condition to marry me. So when he got to know this, he want to use it against my parents. So he's sorry, you don't know what came over him. I should forgive him. And I said, now my father is dead. You have killed my father. Will your sorry bring back my father? I was very angry. So I packed my things and I left the house. Now I'm back to my parents' house. This man keep begging me, keep calling to people to beg me. Now, man, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether if I should forgive this man. Because always the thought of it that my husband knows something about my father's death. I don't know. I don't know whether if I can forgive this man. And my mother is also trying to convince me to go back to their house. And this is not the only thing about him knowing something about my father's death. But in the house, it was a hell for me as well. So I don't know whether if I should go back to the house or not. Ma, please, I need your advice on this. Okay guys, this is our sister that is suffering over here. Please, let's help him, okay? What do you think? What should she do right now? Should she go back to the man or what? Please make sure you leave your point of view in the comment section, okay? For me, you are wearing the shoe and you know how tight the shoe is. If you love this man and you were the one that was living in the house and you know all the things that was going on, so if you still want to go back to him, it depends on you. No one was there with you. And if you can see that this man is totally changed, you can see from his attitude or his behavior that he has totally changed, then if you want to give him a second chance, no problem. But if you don't want to give him, you can take your own decision, okay? Because you are living with the person. You know what you were going through. No one knows. So please, you have to go within yourself. You actually want to be with this man again? You actually love this man again? And make sure you give yourself some time to think about it. And if you want to forgive him, there's nothing bad in forgiving him. There's nothing bad in giving him second chance. Okay? Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something from it. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Make sure you leave your point of view in the comment section, because the person will be in the comment section reading your messages. Thank you so much. Please support your girl, okay? Till I see you in my next video. Make sure you keep watching my video. Make sure you keep supporting. Like, comment, and subscribe.